Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay,
And this is
Desmonds
Donders. Hello, and welcome to another waffle. A little bit of an update, and then this week's topic. And I hope you enjoy it. The updates. Lindsay is recovering from her chickenpox, although is still itchy. Still a bit grumpy and very, very spotty, although the spots are gradually disappearing. Me, waiting for results. Ready with lots to say to doctors. Half the tablets he's put me on, the side effect is shaking of hands and so on and so forth. So let's see if we can change those or take me off them altogether, because they're not doing anything. And let's hope that these scans have brought forward more than what it isn't, which is all we've had so far. Albeit that's good news. Hopefully we'll get the news soon. And that's really all the news. Videos will continue as normal because we're weeks ahead, and well, it's nearly that time of year when unless there's a real reason, we go out less. Every other week instead of every week. Oh well, it'll soon be spring. He says it's not even autumn yet, really. Yes, I know it's September, etc., but it's not quite yet, is it? But we're going to move on. I'm going to, before we show some drone footage again, I'm going to talk about the topic. And what topic do you think it'll be this week? Well, the election of a new Prime Minister could be an extinction event. I'm hoping it won't be. We haven't managed to send a rocket to the moon. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? No, that's not an extinction event. Unless there's something about the moon they're not telling us, of course. Yeah, it's far simpler than that. And there's a little device that's entered into our life over the last couple of decades, and it's made itself seen everywhere. You hardly see somebody walking down the street without it in their hand. You don't see them. You don't see as many with the ubiquitous vlogging camera, but you see loads more with this small device held either to their ear or in front of their faces. The mobile phone. Now, before we come to the tale that tells why this is going to be an extinction event device, I'm not talking about the so-called, or the heating from making calls, the explosive nature of them when they're put in anywhere near a petrol station, or their ability to interfere with highly expensive shielded devices on board planes. It's none of those that are going to cause the extinction device. It's the basic procreation of the species. And no, it's not going to make you sterile. Now, what has led to me thinking that this is an extinction event? Well, recently we were parked up in an area where youngsters go to play. And when you realise by youngsters, I mean 16 to 18-year-olds, not children. Uh, yeah. Well, we were sat and I was watching what was going on, and there was a group of 4 or 5 they're not kids, they're not youngsters, and her phone went away, and boyfriend was there, but his phone didn't. His phone was constantly in front of his face. He was playing a game or on one of the social media sites, I don't know which, I couldn't see the screen. What I could see was this young face intent on the device. And there's his girlfriend intent on something else. And I tell you, if I'd been getting that kind of vibe from Lindsay when I was that kind of age, I wouldn't have been sat playing with my phone. But whatever, he just totally ignored her. And she was getting more and more frustrated's the word. It was incredible to watch. Anyway, they went off, this group, 4 or 5 lads, one with a girlfriend, and we didn't see them for a while. When they came back, it was still happening. So I suspect that by the end of the day, the lad with the girlfriend didn't have a girlfriend. In fact, it was obvious from something we saw that during the rest of the day, he had been dumped. It's something we saw later. Anyway, that's all it is. We're all doomed because of a device known as the mobile phone cutting down on procreation. Or perhaps it's a device for stopping unwanted pregnancies. Certainly so it stopped something that day, I tell you. Anyway, let's go and see some drone footage, and hopefully I'll have something to waffle about next week.
Thank you for watching Desmonds Donders. And remember, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, and hopefully we'll see you next time.